Hey, how's it going everyone? This is DCSG81 and today I would like to do a comparison review for these two Mandalorian. This is the one from the SHFiguarts, while this is the one from Mafex. Okay, I will start off the comparisons with the packaging, which is also the box design. I have the SHFiguarts one right over here, and unfortunately I have thrown away the box for the Mafex. Okay, but I'll put some pictures right over here that you can see. I'll start with this box here. So as you can see, the box itself looks pretty premium. That's what I like most about the SHFiguarts box, and it also have a very nice backdrop pictures that you can see right over here. Okay, but at the same time it is very huge. This is what I don't like because it takes up all the space. If you are a collector, you don't want a big box, right? So but as for the Mafex one, it looks very compact, very simple, smaller than this of course, but again it doesn't look as premium as the SHFiguarts one. Yeah, so like I say, each have their own pros and cons, so I will not take the box into the consideration this time. So that's all about the box. Okay, the next one we'll compare is of course the overall look of both figures, and there's a lot to talk about. Okay, so first of all, at first glance here, we can already tell that they are both very different kind of suit, or even though they are both having the full Beskar. So you can see is that, okay, let's start with the head first. Okay, so for the heads, you can tell that the helmet is rather different, and I kind of think that the one from the SHFiguarts is the one that is more accurate to the movie because of the lining at the side. You can see that it's more wider, and this one itself, I think is too narrow on the gap, the black color lines, and it just makes the figure looks a little bit odd if you compare with the SHFiguarts right now. Yep, so for the helmet, I do think that the SHFiguarts one looks nicer, and then followed by, yes, I know there is something missing over here, which I will talk about later. Okay, so from here you can see it's almost very similar, except for these portions here, which you can see this is blue and this is somewhat like white. Yeah, so I have to do some research on the Google. Unfortunately, I can't find any good pictures from the movie set itself. So what I did was I take the pictures from Hot Toys. As we know, Hot Toys is very true to the accuracies of the movie. So I'll put some pictures that you can see. Apparently it seems that the blue is the one that is more movie accurate. And then it goes to these two, you can see that it's different. Okay, so again, I have compared with Hot Toys. It seems like both of the armor is accurate. Okay, so he did change from this to this, or from this to this, I'm not sure. And then the next one I would like to compare is of course the cape. Okay, so we can see that they are both having a very different color cape. So from the Hot Toys ones, it apparently it uses the brown, okay, so which is the Mafex ones, but in some of the movie pictures I saw, it is indeed in black. Okay, so again, I think he did change from this to this, I'm not so sure. So apparently he does change his armor pretty often. But if you were to look at the figure itself, okay, okay, first of all, I would like to say is that I kind of like the cape on the Mafex one better. Two things. First of all, I think the quality, it just seems right to be a cape for Mandalorians. Okay, secondly, this does have a bandy wire. Okay, even though it's only up to this point, but at least there is some bandy wires. Okay, and the thing that I don't like about the SHFiguarts cape is that you can see, do you see that? It has started to come out, even though I didn't really play much with him. It's the same, just started to come out, is rather bad. So this is, like I say in my review video as well, it's a rather cheap material, so I kind of dislike it. Okay, and then let's compare with some other things. But in terms of, okay, yeah, this is again a bad things about SHFiguarts, which is the thing just started to fall out one by one, and what has happened on the shoulder, I will actually show you some pictures right now. Yes, indeed, the holder for the pack has broken on me. Okay, so this is one of the very few times that SHFiguarts actually broke on me. Yep, so it can't really hold on to the packs anymore, and I just found out today. Okay, so this is rather bad. Okay, I think I might have to super glue it back, which is why I'm not attaching it anymore. Okay, so this is the reason. But if you were to look at the overall, somehow I just prefer the SHFiguarts ones. Look at the chromes, this is actually looking better as compared to the Mafex one. Okay, just look at the hands armor. Okay, these two, you can see the SHFiguarts one actually shines better as compared to the Mafex. So in this case itself, yes, I do think that the SHFiguarts one does looks better despite the bad kit being used. So right up next, I'm going to compare on the articulations of both of the figure. Let's start with the heads. So as you can see from here, the Mafex one does seems to have better neck articulation, as you can look up pretty much. As for the arm, the SHFiguarts one does have an arm swivel, as you can see here, but the Mafex one does have the arm swivels right over here. And the SHFiguarts does have a better movement on the torso area, while the Mafex one does seems to be kinda rigid over here. Yeah. And the Mafex one does have a pull down mechanism on the legs for wider range of articulations. The SHFiguarts one does have a leg swivels as well as a much wider range of articulations as well because of the designs of the joints. And the SHFiguarts does have a double joint knee, while the Mafex is only a single joint knee. In this case, I would say is that the SHFiguarts one does have a better range of articulations. Okay, next I'll move on to the accessory for both of the figures, and I'll start with the hands. Of course, I will not be bringing out all the hands. I'm just going to say is that the Mafex one comes with 8 pair of hands, while the SHFiguarts only comes with 5 pair of hands, so it's a lot lesser as compared to the Mafex. And next I'll go through the remaining accessories from the Mafex. So he does comes with rifle guns, the pink gun, this arm shooting accessories, a knife, this interchangeable belt for him to hold on to the rifle at the back, and lastly a Grogu. And as for the SHFiguarts, he does comes with a rifle gun, a jetpack with the blasting effects, a spear, this missile shooting effects for the arms, a sling bag for Grogu, as well as Grogu himself. So yes, as you can see, the SHFiguarts ones does comes with a lot more accessory as compared to the Mafex. So in terms of the accessory, I would think that the SHFiguarts one does fare better as compared to the Mafex. And right up next, I'd like to compare 3 of the accessories that they both comes with. So the first one, we'll start with the rifle. On my right here is actually from Mafex, and this one is from SHFiguarts. So as we can see, this SHFiguarts one is slightly longer as compared to the one from Mafex, but the Mafex one does seems to be a lot more sturdier because there's no removable parts, because this is a single piece itself. You don't have to remove it to put on his back, as compared to the SHFiguarts, you have to remove some of the parts to put it to the back. From here we can see the details are pretty amazing for both. And next we'll be comparing with these 2 guns, and needless to say, you should know which one from Mafex. Yes, the pink gun is actually from Mafex. So this time around, the Mafex one is slightly bigger as compared to the SHFiguarts. And last but not least, we'll compare the Grogu. Okay, this time around, surprisingly, the SHFiguarts one is bigger than the Mafex, and of course it's a lot more detailed, as you can see. And also the SHFiguarts Grogu does have some articulations, the hands are movable, while the one from Mafex is a statue. You can't even move the head, unfortunately. Yeah, so this whole piece is a statue, while the SHFiguarts one still looks better and more fun to play with. And it even have the legs as compared to the Mafex one, there is nothing there. Okay, next let's talk about the durability of both of the figure. And as you might or might not know, this Mafex Mandalorian has a lot of breaking problem. I have seen countless posts in Facebook whereby people are showing the legs are broken, the hands are broken, and this is a rather fragile one, which is why in my review I actually say wish me luck. Okay, so let's begin. Wish me best of luck. This is really one figure that you want to handle with care, while the SHFiguarts ones, needless to say, I've already have this one broken, which is very unfortunate. But this is one of the very few times that an SHFiguart actually broke on me. So in this case around, of course, the durability actually still goes to the SHFiguarts. And next, let's move on to the fun factors for both. Yes, as you know, I really hate when things started to fall off on its own, like the Deadpool from the SHFiguarts, or even these Mandalorian's SHFiguarts. There are parts that is coming out. As you can see, one has already broken on me, and just now this part also came out on its own. So this is not much fun to play with, but at the same time, the Mafex one doesn't have anything fallen on me yet. As long as you are being gentle, nothing is coming out yet. So far, I have been posing this guy for quite a number of times. Mafex one still have more fun to play with. If you like the video so far, I hope you will press on the likes button, because this is the way. Okay, so next I would like to talk about the skill, and it is a general rules of thumbs that the Mafex is always bigger than the SHFiguarts, but this time around I just noticed something which is rather surprising to me. Yep, so the legs does have a pull down mechanism, as you can see. Yep, so this is very surprising. I didn't notice this at first. So now let's compare. Wow, as you can see, they are about the same height after I pull it out. In fact, I think the SHFiguarts is slightly taller when you're comparing on the shoulder level, but in terms of the head, yeah, it's almost on par. So this is a pleasant surprise that the SHFiguarts actually allow us to, you know, make it taller. Wow, this is something new. In this case, I would think that both of them actually have quite a good skill now. And now the last item in the comparison is, of course, the pricing. Okay, so as you guys know, the Mafex has always been more expensive as compared to a regular SHFiguarts, but this time around the SHFiguarts is slightly more expensive as compared to the Mafex. Okay, and it's even more expensive than him because I got this Mafex at a good discounted price because of the slightly damaged box in Army. So this guy is rather good price when I get him. So this one is a lot more pricey compared to him in my case, but if both of them are of the general retail price, the SHFiguarts one is still slightly more expensive as compared to him. So if you are on a tight budget and if you still can find him, yes, I think this Mafex Mandalorian is still a pretty good buy as compared to him. So the final result of the comparison, as you can see right now, is the SHFiguarts is having 5, while the Mafex is only having 3. Yes, so it's pretty obvious that this time around the SHFiguarts wins. Another thing I'd like to point out is both of them have a failed engineering in terms of putting the rifle at the back. So if you're looking for a Mandalorian with the rifle behind, I would say both of them are equally bad. Yeah, it's very hard to put it on. So I do hope that this video proves to be useful to you in deciding which one you should go for, and I certainly hope that you enjoy this video, and I'll catch you again in my next video. And at the meantime, you can watch this video right over here.